All right, so let's get started. Here's a little outline. You might have saw this in the first video, and then I totally forgot to freaking explain it to you. But basically, this is what I'm going to cover in this entire training, or this month's training. So in this video here, what we're going to do is we're going to just work on getting prepared. A few things that we can do to kind of set ourselves up before we go out and start searching. We're going to go out and find places. We're going to find similar artists, that kind of thing. Eventually, we're going to have to get on the phone and start calling people. And, well, then I have a couple bonus ideas that I think can help you find gigs and places to play and whatever else. So, anyway, let's start here. Get prepared. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a spreadsheet. And I just use Google Sheets. And really it looks something like this. If we look across the top, you just kind of want to fill in some of the major categories. Obviously you're going to have venue name, location. You're going to want to have the contact on there because, they might not even work at the bar. So you're going to want to kind of ask for stuff like that. You're going to want the email address. You're going to want to get as many contact information as you can, because some people will do emails, some people will do phone, some people will even do text, some people will only do through Facebook Messenger. So you just never know. So you got to kind of put down as much as you possibly can when we're going through. And in the next video we're going to go through and I'm going to show you how to find some of this information and how to start filling this up. But for right now, you just want to go through and kind of set up your sheet, using some of what I've done here. So start a sheet, get some of those on there. And one thing too, and I can explain these two: status and booked. Status is, a lot of times you're not just going to call one time and then it's going to work out. You know what I mean? You might miss the person. You might have to call them back. They might only be there at specific times. So what I did is I just kind of put a little status in there so I know where I left off. So as I keep rotating through the list, I also make little notes like this here. You can see, like, reached out, guy was a dick, so doesn't make you really want to call back. But anyway, just little notes, status notes. And then one thing I'll show you too is I used it more for the band, but you can see here I have like this booked. What I would do is I would put an X in there if I did get a booking there. And then if I really liked playing there and it was a great experience and it's some place that really fits me or fit my band or whatever it is, I'd give it 3 X's, just like giving it 3 stars or whatever, because then I would go and usually when I would go back through and start booking, the next cycle, the next year or the next quarter or whatever it is that you're, however you're booking, I would always know that I would start with, the venues that I had the most success at, that I like playing at, that just worked out really well. I would usually start with them. Just kind of a nice way to kind of keep track of stuff. Prioritize and remember, hey, I really like playing at this place. So yeah, but like I said, fill these out. I've done it for a bunch of things. Like I said, I had solo and original. I had, this was for when I was doing the band. I would look at bars and clubs that were, receptive of bands. I've also had one set up for festivals. That one not pertinent to this conversation. And believe it or not, I actually did. I put together a small little. I don't want to call it a tour, but I did a couple months worth of gigs at senior centers. I'm an acoustic singer-songwriter guy, so I figured it would be a pretty good fit. So I found a bunch of them and kind of just went around to them. They pay pretty well, and it's definitely an option for you. Although when I did do it, I found that I was just a little too new for them. Like, I'm about 45 and I'm thinking, maybe in a couple of years, maybe 10 years down the road when the baby boomers start, getting inside the senior centers, maybe I can go try again, because I just couldn't play music that was old enough to please the older people. They were appreciative and they were nice about it, but I think the comment was, "You're just a little too hip, Corey." So anyway, just a little stint, and another example of looking for places to play, and making some money, because I did make some nice money. I mean, some of these places paid $7,500 just for an hour. So, and it's during the day, so you don't have to stay up late, you don't have to get up early. It's, they were decent, so if you can pull it off, go for it. So, next on the list here is we were going to create a bio page. You're going to want to have this in place before you start calling the venues, because when you're talking to them, instead of, trying to explain everything over the phone, you can just be like, hey, why don't I just send you the bio page? You can look it over. If you like it, great. If not, fine. This is what I used, and basically this whole layout is something that I kind of learned from another artist. His name is Rob Anthony. Thank you, Rob, if you're watching this. But this is what he used, and he plays 4 or 5 shows a week, for like the last maybe 10 years. I mean, he is the epitome of a working musician. So I figured it was working for him. So I figured, what, I'm gonna emulate it, change the stuff. So basically all it is I just created it in a Google Doc, but you can export it as a PDF. You can download it as a PDF and then have it like on your hard drive that you can just send over to a venue when they want to know more about you or whatever. And it's just real simple. It's got your contact information, a few of your social media properties that you want to put on there, description, what do you do, what kind of music do you play. I also had I had a different one for my band too. I copied the same thing, so I had the band and I just would have more music, I would just tweak it. This is my solo booking info sheet. Just information on there, who might play with me once in a while. Maybe if I had a side man playing with me, I would put him in there just so that the venue would know, like, oh, okay, well, maybe I want this or I want that or I just want solo. Just gives them some options. Show length, 1 to 4 hours, price. I don't usually put anything in there because when I'm calling them, I generally want to feel them out a little bit. Some people don't even pay, so, I don't want to scare somebody off by putting a big number on there, and then turns out that they really only usually pay like $25 and a sandwich or something. So I just like to put call on there, and we can discuss later. This portion here, I like to try to explain to people or give them the impression that, hey, I'm out there, I'm working, I'm doing stuff to grow my audience. So, I can also help them promote the show and that kind of thing. I give them a link to a show poster. So a lot of people want show posters. You can either hand deliver them, or some places are have their own printers, or they have their own printing stuff. So they'll just, you can just shoot them over to a link, on your server. They can download that thing. Some more social networking sites. Testimonials and references. This is a good one. I've got a mix of fan comments on here, so they can kind of see, what the reaction is from the fans. But I also, like this, in this case here, I have a testimonial from one of the venue owners. And so that's a good one. If you got any booking, anything on here that, can make you look good and show them that, what, that you're just a good musician, or you're going to perform well and that you bring people in, is good to know. This here, I added a little bit of, just some nice things that I did, some different gigs where, I played telethons. I did some stuff for some benefits, that kind of thing. So I like to put that in there. Shows that, you're not just a money grubbing musician, it's like you also like to give back and help out. So that's good. If you got any credits, like I have a song called Fraxland Blues that ended up in a documentary. I put that in there. Sometimes that makes a difference, or just stuff to show that you're active. And then at the bottom, what I do is I put all my songs. I list out all my originals. And in the beginning, you might find yourself playing covers. So what I like to do is I like to list out all my covers because it just gives them an idea of what you'd be able to play. Especially if you're playing at some place. You might end up playing 4 hours of covers somewhere. Just to and it's not ideal a lot of times. At least that's what I found out over the years. But honestly, it pays the bills, and not only that, it gets you out there. And it gets you performing and kind of honing your craft. So yeah, there you go. Just list out everything that you can play, or at least that you're willing to play, and put that on there. And I have this sheet, but I also put a spot on my website where if you go into here, I got booking. They're going to click on a booking page, and like somebody just stumbles across my website. And I have a booking here, so like people want to book some stuff, whatever, they know how to. And then I also have a page that I send people to. It's all hidden. So what I did is, it's password protected, but I already logged in there. So once they enter the password that I give them, they can go in here, they can see some performances, and basically it's about the same stuff as I have in my booking sheet. Just a little more interactive. I've got videos on there. I've got I thought I had a SoundCloud thing on here that had, I'm thinking of my band one, because I had a band one and it had some of our performances, so they could actually listen to and see, what they're getting, what they can expect at one of my shows. So anyway, just a few ideas for you there. That will definitely wrap this up. And in the next video, we will talk about starting to build this spreadsheet that I told you about before, how to find some of them names and all that. So see you in the next video.